Today's mini class is going to be about the 4 vitamins. Okay, the 4 vitamins are just like any other vitamin. You need to take them every day. You need to do these poses every day. If you do these poses every day, they should keep you strong, they should keep you mobile, and hopefully you'll be able to do most things that you want to do. Where did I get the 4 vitamins? All right, so these books by Souza Francina, I hope I pronounced that correctly. In particular, this one talks about the 4 vitamins. I will put links to where you can get these books underneath, okay, down below. I'll have these links. Anyway, this is where she has been teaching yoga for people over 50 for a very long time. So, get a chance, look up her website, look up these books. They're great. I love them. I use them for my classes. So, let's get on with talking about what the 4 vitamins are. So, I'm going to show you the 4 vitamins using supports. Okay, so the first vitamin is downward facing dog, and I'm going to use my chair. Yes, of course, you may do downward facing dog on the floor, but in case you're not quite ready for that, let's go over it on the chair. You don't have to have a special yoga chair to do this. In fact, this is my desk chair, and that's what I'm going to show it to you using. Do have the chair grounded. Mine is on my mat. I prefer to have it against a wall, but I couldn't show it to you with against the wall. So we're going to have it on the mat. So for downward facing dog, walk up to your chair, place your hands on the chair. I like to hold onto the side. You can lay your hands, you can hook your thumbs on the back of the chair. You can lay your hands on the chair. Whatever works for your wrist. I happen to like holding on to the edge. Then you're going to step back, holding onto your chair, taking your hips back toward the wall behind you. This is how I lead my students. Lift your eyes, look between your thumbs. Lift and spread your collarbones and bring your shoulders away from your ears. Now hold the shoulders in place, engage your belly, and take your hips back toward the wall behind you as your ears come closer to your arms. If you need to bend your knees at this point, go right ahead. No worries if your heels don't touch the floor. So we're trying to keep a neutral spine. The shoulders are not around your ears. The belly's engaged. This is a very strong pose. To come out of this pose, lift your eyes and look at your chair, and then walk to your chair. Okay, so that's the first vitamin, downward facing dog. Second vitamin, upward facing dog. So again, I'm going to show it using the chair. I have other videos if you care to look for them that show it on the floor. All right, so again, hands on the chair. We're going to start from downward dog. Hands on the chair, then step back. Okay. The feet are about the width of your hips or the width of your chair legs. Again, the legs don't have to be straight. If you need to have them bent, that's okay. Be gentle with your hamstrings. Lift and spread the collarbones. Shoulders away from your ears. Hold that. Bring your hips toward the wall behind you as your ears come closer to your arms. For upward facing dog, on your inhale, come forward into plank. And then swing your chest through. So the chest is lifting up. The front of your thighs reaching toward the seat of your chair. Your neck is an extension of the spine. Don't worry about looking up. Keep the neck long, shoulders away from your ears, and then swing back into downward facing dog. Again, one more time. Lift and spread the collarbones, shoulders away from your ears. Hold the shoulders as you bring your hips back. On your inhale, come to plank, then swing the chest through. Lift the chest, chest goes up. The arms are vertical, front of the thighs reaching toward the chair seat. Neck's an extension of the spine. And swing back to downward facing dog. Lift your eyes, look between your thumbs, and walk to your chair. That was the second vitamin. Now, the next vitamin, third, is chair pose. We're going to use the wall for chair pose. Okay. You'll stand about 15 or so inches away from your wall. Your feet, a good hip width distance, all 10 toes straight ahead. We're training the knees to go over the toes. Okay? So have your hands on the chair as you lean back. Now my back is on the wall. My hips are on the wall. Roll your shoulders back. I'm going to have my hands on the wall to support myself as I lower down. I'm making sure my knees go directly toward my toes. All right. Now, depending on your flexibility and your strength, then pushing your feet come up. You may want to have your feet out a little bit more. Again, being very careful that your feet are not on a slippery surface. Same thing, hold on to your wall. Roll your shoulders back, engage your belly, and then slide down. Maybe you can go a little bit farther. So you don't want to go past where your thigh bones are parallel to the floor. Okay, don't do that. That's very, very hard to get up from. Roll your shoulders back. Lift your belly. You may be thinking, this might hurt my knee. That's a good point. What do you do if you tend to have knee twinges? You take a yoga block, or maybe even a ball. Okay? Whatever you kind of happen to have, something kind of firm but with a little give. So you place that between your legs, so you're squeezing with the correct muscles. So squeeze in. Now, same thing, lower down. And hopefully that will help with the knee pain. No matter what, never hold it if your knee hurts. So let's say, even with the ball, my knee is hurting right here. I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to back up until I have no pain. And then I'm going to work right here to strengthen my legs. Okay? Pain is never a good sign, so don't push through the pain. All right. And then you slide up. That's the third vitamin, chair pose. The fourth vitamin is wide-legged forward fold. And so I want to show you several options for this. The first option is using 2 yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, use a couple of dictionaries. Find a use for those dictionaries, right? Okay, so let's take the feet wide. I line up the back of my heels with the back of my mat. That way I know my legs are straight, in a straight line. Now turn so the outer edges of your feet are parallel to the short ends of the mat, and press into your outer heels so that you feel grounded, okay? We're going to take an inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to forward fold, bringing the hands to your blocks, okay? Remember, the blocks have many heights. Maybe this is perfectly fine. Maybe you need to maybe you're flexible. Maybe you need to come down. No matter what, any option with the blocks are fine. We're lengthening the spine, taking the top of the head away from the tailbone. The legs do not become lazy. They're strong. You keep those legs engaged. Now, hands on the hips and come back up. Let's say that was too much on your hamstrings. No worries. That is when you use your chair, okay? But we're going to do the same thing. Wide stance in front of your chair. Pressing into the outer edges of your feet, engaging the legs. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands to your chair. And this is perfectly fine. What we're working on is getting a hip hinge. We're trying our best not to do this, okay? We don't want to bend at the waist. We're hip hinging. Okay. To make this more of a restorative pose, you can always bring your head to your hands. How do you come out of this pose? Take your hands to your chair seat, lift. You can bring your hands to your hips here or step together and lift your chest. Notice that I keep my back strong as I lift my chest. I use the belly to lift, not my lower back. All right, one more option for wide leg forward fold. And this one is for the more flexible, okay? It's taking your feet wide. Same thing. Inhale, hip hinge. Come all the way forward. At this point, you may walk your hands back so that they're in line with your feet. Shoulders away from the ears. Keep the shoulders engaged and bring your head to the floor or to a block. Whichever works for you. Shoulders are always engaged. Legs are always engaged. How do you come out? Walk your hands back so that they're underneath your shoulders. Maybe bring your feet in just a little. Bring your hands to your hips, shoulders on the back. Lift your chest by engaging your stomach. All right, those are your 4 vitamins. Downward facing dog, upward facing dog, chair pose, and wide legged forward fold. I hope those help. Bye.